Since we are now at our new lesson for this week, and that would be education. How can we talk about education? If you want to study with me, you can use your book Just Speak Up, Unit 18, pages 77 to 80. Alright, so let's get started. Is education? When we say the word education, what do we mean by that? This is the meaning of education. Education is the act or process of teaching someone, especially in a school, college, or university. It is the act or process of teaching. So, because I am teaching you right now, you are receiving education from me. You are the someone who is receiving the education. And education often happens in school, college, or university. It can happen at your home if your parents are teaching you. It can happen anywhere if someone is teaching you, but it especially happens in these places. All right, so how do we talk about education? Before we do that, let us know some words that we can learn about education, relating to education. Let us have a vocabulary activity. In this activity, we will sort the words and put them in the correct categories. Okay, these are the words. Okay, these are the words. And we will draw an arrow to the proper category that they belong. Are they people, schoolwork, or actions? Okay, let's start. The word teacher. What category does it belong? Okay, it belongs to people. A teacher is a person, right? How about studying? Studying belongs to actions. What about assignment? Belongs to schoolwork. This is what you do at school. What is an athlete? In school we have athletes, right? Do you know what athlete is? It is a person or people. What about learning? What is learning? It's an action. What about heroes? We see our national heroes at school, right? At least the statues. Okay, heroes are people. How about essay? Essay is a schoolwork. We do essays at school. How about remembering? Remembering is an action. When your teacher is teaching you, you must remember what he or she says. Class. What is class? Class is schoolwork, correct? How about book? Book is for schoolwork. How about role models? Role models. We have in school we have awards for who is the most quiet, the most clean, smart, intelligent, top one, top two. They are called role models. So they are people. About grades. Grades is part of schoolwork. Neighbor. Neighbor is people. How about working? Actions. How about teaching? Actions as well. How about school report? Schoolwork. Students. You are a student, so you are people. And the word getting, what is getting? It's an action. Alright, so we have sorted out the words that are related to education. So let us view them in their proper categories. Okay, so these are the words that we use to talk about education. Okay, there are at least three categories that we can use: people, schoolwork, and actions. So in people, we have seen that these are the words that we can use about education when it comes to people: teacher, athlete, heroes, role models, neighbor, and students. Make sure that you know what each word means. Okay? Next is schoolwork. Assignment. Assignment is also means homework. Essay, class, book, grades, and school report. So try to know the meanings of these words. Actions: studying, learning, remembering, working, teaching, and getting. There are many other words that we can use in learning, in talking about education. Now that we have learned the words that we can use in talking about education, let us learn how to use these words in conversation. Okay, so in making a conversation, you must learn how to ask questions and to give answers. So in this section, let us try to guess what is the right question to ask in each of these answers. All right, so let us look at answer number one. In answer number one, we say that the answer is no, I would not like to become a teacher. I think teachers have to work too hard and they don't make much money. I would rather find an easier job. So as you can see, the answer is no, I would not like to become a teacher. What do you think is the question asked? Okay, the question asked is, would you like to become a teacher? Right? Because the answer is no, I would not like to become a teacher. So this is a question of yes or no. How about you? Would you like to become a teacher? Me, I like being a teacher. I always teach. Okay, how about the second answer? My favorite class last year was math. I know a lot of people don't like math, but I think it's fun and interesting. My math teacher last year was also very good. He explained things really well. The primary answer is my favorite class last year was math. So what do you think is the question? The question is, what was your favorite class last year? Right? Because the answer is my favorite class last year was math. Okay, how about answer number three? Answer number three is, I usually study in my bedroom at home. My computer is there and I do a lot of my assignments on the computer. My room is also very comfortable for me, so I can relax and concentrate there. What do you think is the question asked? The primary answer is, I usually study in my bedroom at home. So this is a question of place. So when you ask a question of place, what is the first word that you say? Where? Where do you usually study? Okay, I usually study in my bedroom at home. Okay, try to practice this. Try to ask questions and give answers in your own time, okay? Let me show you three dialogues. I will read them. please read along. Listen to what I read here. This dialogue is a dialogue about actions, right? Let's begin. A. What motivates you to learn? B. Getting good grades and a good school report. Learning something new every day and working toward a better future motivate me to learn. How do your parents encourage you to learn? When I get good grades, my parents are very happy. Then they are proud of me. That is enough to encourage me. What kind of career would you like? I would like to be an engineer because I like science. Okay, let us study this dialogue. We have already seen the words that we have learned already. Do you see the words that we have learned? Oh, this, getting, right? These are words of action. Learning, actions. Working is an action. Okay, how about this one? We learned grades, right? Grades. School report, right? Okay, there are other things that we can learn here in these. Parents is a person. Engineer is a person. Okay, so these are the learns that we have learned earlier. Try to learn new words. Okay, next. Dialogue about people. A. Do you think that teachers get paid enough for their work? No, I do not think the teachers get paid enough for their work. Compared to professional athletes, teachers earn much less money. Do teachers work fewer hours compared to other careers? No, because teachers work all the time, at school, after school, and sometimes they grade students' papers at home. Do you think a teacher's job is important? Yes, I think teaching is a very important job. Teaching the future generation of the country is an important responsibility. This is a good conversation, right? Let us find words that are uh, people. Oh, yes, this one, teachers. They are people. They are uh, mentioned several times here. Okay, there. Can you find other people here? That words about people here? Oh, athletes, students. Okay, there's an action as well here. Teaching, teaching. Okay, so that is conversation about people, especially teachers. Okay, let's go to the last one. This conversation is about schoolwork. Describe a difficult assignment from one of your classes. Once, my English teacher gave us an assignment to write an essay about our personal heroes. It was pretty difficult. Why was it difficult? I couldn't think of any heroes or role models in my life. I didn't know anybody to use as an example from my essay. How did you complete the assignment? Finally, I thought of my neighbor, Mr. Cho, who was a war veteran. Remembering the stories he told me helped me to write my essay. Okay, let us find schoolwork words in this conversation. Hmm, assignment. Assignment is mentioned again. Okay, essay is also a schoolwork, right? Hmm, so assignment is mentioned again. Essay is mentioned again. Can you find persons or people here? Teacher, heroes, heroes again, role models. This is schoolwork. Neighbor, That is a person. War veteran is a person as well. Okay, now you have seen three dialogues, conversations about education. All right, let's move on. Your next speaking activity. Your speaking activity is choose one of the questions on the right. These are the questions. Question number one, describe the best college or university in your country. Number two, should parents influence their children's choice of careers? Explain. Number three, do you think students learn more at schools today than their parents did in the past? Explain. Okay, so we will choose one of the questions, only choose one. Okay, prepare your answer to that question and write the question and answer on a piece of paper. Write the question and answer on a piece of paper. Try to answer yourself now. I know that you're asking your parents' help, but if you can answer, if you try to answer it by yourself in order to practice your English. Take a photo of it and send it to Google Classroom. Okay, you will take a photo and as usual, send to Google Classroom. Read your work next week in class or send a clip of your reading. You can record a video clip of your reading or you can read it next week in class. Just make sure that you are present. Okay, this is the lesson for this week talking about education. Listening and watching. See you again next week for our speaking activity. Goodbye. This is Teacher Elijah.